The automotive world is being turned upside down right now. Ferrari is in full panic as Matt Armstrong is about to try and restart his crashed Ferrari 296 GTB without factory-level intervention. I hope everyone knows the story of how Ferrari locked Matt Armstrong hybrid battery system, which makes the car impossible to start for no clear reason, depriving him of his right to repair. What started as a crashed Ferrari 296 GTB project has now turned into a full-scale right-to-repair battle where the real enemy is no longer crash damage, it's Ferrari's software control and security systems. Matt rebuilt the car physically, fitted the Extreme Challenge kit, modified radiators, custom-mounted cooling systems, repaired wiring, and replaced damaged components. Yet the car still refuses to cooperate. And now Ferrari is making the car nearly impossible to restart without their help. The automotive world can now see the frightening side of modern supercars. Even if you own the vehicle, the manufacturer may still control critical systems through coding, immobilizers, hybrid management modules, and security authorizations. Matt's entire struggle now feels like man versus machine versus billion-dollar manufacturer. Emotionally, the story keeps escalating because Matt is visibly exhausted but obsessed with winning. Every failed startup attempt increases suspense because viewers know one successful ignition could publicly embarrass Ferrari's locked ecosystem. Ferrari refusing to fully support the modified car may have unintentionally created the perfect viral storyline. Viewers are no longer just watching a rebuild. They're watching a digital war over who truly controls modern cars. Matt has done the easy work, which is physical repair work. The real problem is the hybrid system, security access, and Ferrari-only diagnostic tools. Even after spending $18,000 on a brand new hybrid battery, the car immediately throws terrifying battery thermal runaway warnings instead of starting normally. That moment becomes one of the strongest emotional crashes in the story, because the new battery was supposed to be the breakthrough. Instead, it deepens the mystery. Yet at the same time, the car starts showing tiny signs of life for the first time. The ignition comes on, the hazards disappear temporarily, and hidden systems like logistic mode appear. Every small victory gives hope before Ferrari's security systems slam another door shut, requiring dealer-level authorization. And the EU Right to Repair Directive, which is moving toward formal enforcement, names exactly this kind of software lockout as the behavior regulators intend to eliminate. The idea that a manufacturer can sell you a physical object and then retain permanent digital control over its core functions is being challenged at the legislative level. But legislation moves slowly, and right now, today, Matt is still standing in front of a car that will not start. That moment becomes one of the strongest emotional crashes in the story because the new battery was supposed to be the breakthrough. Instead, it deepens the mystery. Yet at the same time, the car starts showing tiny signs of life for the first time. The ignition comes on, the hazards disappear temporarily, and hidden systems like logistic mode appear. Every small victory gives hope before Ferrari's security systems slam another door shut, requiring dealer-level authorization. The rebuild also exposes the dark side of hybrid supercars. Matt openly questions whether hybrids are truly environmentally friendly if a crash can potentially force owners into replacing enormous lithium batteries at insane cost. The Ferrari becomes symbolic of a larger automotive problem. Cars are becoming less repairable, more software dependent, and increasingly controlled by manufacturers long after customers buy them. The rebuild also exposes the dark side of hybrid supercars. Matt openly questions whether hybrids are truly environmentally friendly if a crash can potentially force owners into replacing enormous lithium batteries at insane cost. Matt openly raised the question that the whole industry is quietly terrified to answer. If your hybrid supercar is involved in a crash serious enough to damage or destroy the battery pack, you are not just facing a repair bill. You are facing the possibility of a battery replacement that costs more than many entire road cars, followed by a software authorization process that may or may not happen depending on your relationship with the manufacturer and your willingness to route everything through their official service structure. And if the car is a salvage title project or a rebuild outside of Ferrari's approved ecosystem, good luck, because their system was not designed with you in mind. This is where the story becomes so much bigger than one man in a garage. Because Matt Armstrong and his Ferrari 296 GTB have accidentally become the most visible proof point in a global argument about who owns what and what ownership actually means in the software era. Every subscriber watching this channel, every person who has bought a modern car with connected systems, a manufacturer app, over-the-air updates, or proprietary diagnostic requirements, every single one of them is affected by the precedent being set in that garage. The Ferrari becomes symbolic of a larger automotive problem. Cars are becoming less repairable, more software dependent, and increasingly controlled by manufacturers long after customers buy them. And if you think that warning message was just a technical glitch, a minor calibration issue the system would eventually clear on its own, you are not even close to understanding what Ferrari has built into this car. Because what that thermal runaway alert actually represented was not a fault. It was a wall. A digital wall that Ferrari constructed specifically to ensure that no one outside of their authorized network could ever bring one of these machines back to life without their permission. And Matt Armstrong had just run headfirst into it at full speed. Think about the position Matt is in right now. He has poured months of his life into this car. We are talking about a rebuild that involved splitting panels, fabricating custom mounts, rerouting cooling lines, and fitting the full challenge kit that Ferrari themselves offer as an upgrade path. The physical work is immaculate. Anyone who has watched the series knows the level of craftsmanship involved. Bob has been in that garage grinding, welding, and problem-solving at a level that most professional shops would struggle to match. And yet none of that matters. Not a single weld, not a single replaced component. Because the car does not care about any of it. The car only answers to one master. And that master is not the man who owns it. But that's where things got worse. Because when Matt installed that $18,000 battery, and let that number sit with you for a second, £18,000 for a single battery pack, the expectation was that this would be the turning point. This was supposed to be the moment the car finally started responding like a machine that wanted to be saved. Instead, within seconds of the new pack being connected and the system powering up, the screen lit up with a warning so severe that it would stop any reasonable person cold. Battery thermal runaway. Those three words represent one of the most dangerous failure states in any hybrid or electric vehicle. It means the battery believes it is overheating uncontrollably. It means the system is preparing for the possibility of fire, and it means every safety protocol in the car is now working against you instead of with you. If you are watching this for the first time and you have not subscribed yet, do it now. Because what we are covering here is not just about one Ferrari. This is about every car you will ever buy in the next decade. Stay with us. What happened next completely changed the rebuild. Because just when the thermal runaway warning felt like a dead end with no exit, something strange happened. Something that nobody expected. The car started talking. Not in warnings this time, in whispers. Small, almost hidden signs that somewhere beneath all of Ferrari's security layers, the machine